Is it the right time for you to be buying or selling a home? Don't go it alone. Trust the team at dangemus.com.
I just wanted to say kudos. I thought it. A lot of people are thinking it. You said it.
This is the Dan Gemus Real Estate Show.
Welcome back to the show. One more segment to go here. Matt Alita, sales rep with the Dan Gemus team, and you've got the next topic for us.
I do. We're going to talk about some home renovation mistakes to avoid.
Oh, I'm sure you and I have never made any of these mistakes.
Looking, there's a few on this list I might have made at some point in time. So let's
what do we got?
Let's jump in. So first one we're going to talk about is ignoring the natural style of your home.
Oh, yes.
So one of the examples it gives is, let's say you have what's referred to as like a southern plantation, and are you going to decorate that home to make it look like a New York City penthouse, right? That's probably something you want to avoid. So making sure, like, there are ways you can tastefully blend some 100%. Styles, right? You can bring in some elements and make it look nice.
Have a farmhouse style home, or again, you're right. Yeah. For sure.
And at the same time, there are some homes that they lean very heavily into a certain style. And sometimes that's not such a good thing either, right?
That's right.
I've gone through homes, looked at, the whole farmhouse style, for instance. And man, sometimes you see there's one I had in my mind semi-recently, and it's just they leaned very, very hard into that style, and it was a bit much, right?
Yes.
So that's something you want to be mindful of as well, is don't lean too hard into it.
Love it.
Our next one, so buying cheap materials. There's a quote there attributed to Benjamin Franklin that says, "The bitter taste of low quality lingers long after the sweet taste of a low price."
I find as we get older, we quickly learn this lesson, right? Stop just going cheap. Spend a few more bucks, and it'll last 3 times as long.
That's right. That's right. When you think about the materials, if you're trying to cut some cost, try to think about things that would be easy enough to add on later, to remedy later, right? You wouldn't want to go in and if you're talking about flooring, right? Sacrifice flooring, that's a big project. There's a lot of work involved when it comes to flooring, right? So don't cut corners there. Maybe you're cutting corners at adding in some additional cabinetry in a kitchen or something like that. But your overall quality should be as best as you can do.
Love it.
Yeah. Another common mistake there is avoiding the measure twice rule.
Oh,
I'm guilty of
3
that
times.
one. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. If you got to measure 3 times, make sure, again, going back to flooring, make sure that you are adding in at least that extra 10% there to make sure, because when you think about that stuff adds up to, if you're ordering materials, oftentimes if you're ordering them, having them delivered, you're paying a fee for that. So if you don't order enough and you have to order again, you're going to pay additional fees there.
Yes.
So another one there is trying to do everything DIY. How bad have you seen some
hire
DIY
the
projects?
professional. Just do it.
Yes. Gosh, that's so true. There are some things, if you're comfortable with it and you can do it and you can take your time and you can make it look good, great.
Nothing I hate more than seeing someone doing tile work on their own and they're not the best tilers. Oh, you can feel it. You see it. Ugh.
That's right. Yeah. It's, what, one of my rule of thumbs I've said to my wife, I said, if there's a DIY project, we do it. I'm okay with tackling some of these projects. My goal is I don't want somebody to immediately be able to come in and say, this was a DIY project.
Yes.
So if it takes me a little bit longer, no problem. It's going to take me a little bit longer than it may take a professional.
That's right.
But if you don't think you can do that, then hire somebody to do it.
Yep.
Be timeless, not just trendy.
Wow, I love that. Yeah.
How often do we see very trendy styles? Trends go out of style very, very quickly. So when you're decorating your home, when you're renovating, incorporate some elements that are going to be timeless, right? Some examples, when you think about trends, you think of shag carpets, entryway chalkboards, mint green appliances, things like that. They're very trendy, right? So, make sure that you think of that when you're planning out your renovation. Another mistake is expecting everything to go smoothly in your home renovation.
What? It won't go smooth?
Don't make that.
It always goes smoothly.
Oh,
and on budget
goodness.
too. It always goes on
My
budget.
goodness, yeah. Don't expect that to happen. There's always always going to be something else that
100%.
pops up. It's going to go awry.
That's right.
But just try to have fun with it. Try to,
What pressure? It's fine. Do you have time for one more?
We have time for one more. Yeah. This one, you know what? I like this one is another mistake to avoid is avoiding green products. When you're buying appliances, things like that,
All
right? What you have to keep in mind is that, people would avoid them because of the cost.
Yes.
Right. But now they're much more affordable when they were before.
They come down in price. Yeah.
Yeah. And you have to remember over the lifespan of that product too, it's going to save you on your, your utility costs or whatever it may be. So try to factor that in.
Good job, Matt.
Thank you.
Look at you.
I appreciate
Start hosting the show for me.
Now I can breathe.
Joyce just lost her job. All right, that's it, folks. We're out of time. A reminder, if you want to buy or sell, the Dan Gemus team is always there to help. You can reach out to us, 519-566-5565. Enjoy the rest of the long weekend. Matt, thanks for joining me as always.
Thank you, Dan.
We'll see you all next time right here on the Dan Gemus Real Estate Show.